All right, let's talk about something that affects every single one of us. Self-confidence. We're going to bust the myth that it's some magical trait you're either born with or you're not. Because the truth is, it's a skill, a mental muscle that anyone, and I really mean anyone, can build from the ground up. Let's get into it.
So, let's kick things off with a question I think we've all asked ourselves at some point. Are some people just lucky? Are they born confident? It really feels that way sometimes, doesn't it? But what if I told you that belief is actually holding you back?
Okay, so that leads us right into our first big idea here. We're going to peel back the layers and separate what we think confidence is from what it actually is.
Okay, this right here, this is the core of a massive misunderstanding. The myth is that confidence comes from the outside, from getting that promotion, from having a certain number of followers, from looking a certain way. But the truth? Real, lasting confidence is an inside job. It's a quiet, steady conviction in your own value and in your ability to figure things out.
And this is the most empowering part of all. Self-confidence is a learnable skill. It's not a personality trait written in stone. Think of it like learning to play the guitar. You don't just pick it up and shred a solo, right? No, you build that skill chord by chord, day by day. That's exactly how confidence works.
So if confidence is something we can learn, what's stopping us? What's the real roadblock? Well, it's usually not some spectacular failure. Nope. The real enemy is a lot closer to home. It's that voice inside our own heads.
And that's the crazy part when you really think about it. Our lack of confidence often has almost nothing to do with our actual abilities. It's all about the story we have on repeat in our minds. That negative, critical narrative, that's the real confidence skill.
And that story, it sounds a lot like this, right? I can't do it. It's so quick, so automatic. It just pops into your head and feels like a fact, shutting everything down before you even get a chance to try.
And then there's its even more painful cousin. I am not good enough. This one's a deeper cut. It's not just about failing a task, it's a verdict on who you are as a person. And man, that voice can be incredibly convincing.
But here is the game-changing secret. Those thoughts, as loud and convincing as they are not facts. They're just old recordings. They're like a scratched record playing a song from a long time ago, maybe from something someone said to you in third grade or a mistake you made years ago. They're just echoes of the past, not proof of the present.
Okay, so we know the problem. How do we actually fix it? How do we erase those old tapes and record something new? Well, that's exactly what we're covering next. We're getting super practical with a clear 3-step plan.
So here you go. This is your roadmap. No fluff, no vague, just believe in yourself advice. This is a real, actionable strategy you can start using the second this is over to build that genuine, unshakable self-confidence.
Our game plan breaks down into 3 simple, powerful steps. First, we're going to retrain your thoughts. Second, we'll acknowledge your successes. And third, we're going to strategically expand your comfort zone. So let's dive into what each of those actually means. Step 1 is all about becoming the editor of your own thoughts. Now, you don't have to force yourself to believe I'm the best. That can feel fake and backfire. The magic is in the shift from a negative statement like, I can't do it, to a more neutral, open-minded one like, I will try, I can learn. Can you feel the difference? One is a dead end, the other is a doorway.
Okay, step 2. You have to start collecting evidence. See, our brains are kind of hardwired to focus on what went wrong. It's an old survival instinct, so you have to consciously fight that. You need to actively look for and acknowledge your wins, no matter how small. Did you finally send that tough email? That's a win. Did you stick to your workout plan today? Win. Did you speak up in a meeting, even for a second? That's a huge win. Each one is like a deposit into your confidence bank account.
And that brings us to step 3, which is all about something we all know, and, let's be honest, kinda love, the comfort zone. You know, that cozy, familiar place where things are easy, predictable, and safe. It feels good in there, but here's the catch. Confidence doesn't grow in the comfort zone.
And here's the key. This isn't about taking some terrifying leap of faith. That's not how you build lasting confidence. It's about taking small, deliberate, controlled steps, just outside the edge of what's comfortable. Every time you do that, you provide undeniable proof to yourself that you are more capable than you thought. And that firsthand experience, it's more powerful than anything else.
All right, this last section, this is where it all comes together.
This is a huge shift in perspective that changes the entire goal of this journey. It's about finding power in a place we usually try to avoid.
I want you to really let this sink in, because this is everything. True, unshakable confidence isn't about believing you'll be perfect. It's not about knowing you'll succeed. It's about believing you are worthy of the attempt, even if you might fail. It's giving yourself permission to be human, to be a work in progress.
So when you boil it all down, what is true confidence? It's the moment you fire your inner critic and hire an inner coach. It's when you finally stop judging yourself for every little flaw and start, instead, supporting yourself through the process. That's it. That's where the magic happens.
And that's really what I want to leave you with. Confidence isn't some destination you arrive at one day. It's a practice. It's a choice you make over and over. So the question isn't, am I confident yet? The real question is this: how will you choose to support yourself instead of judging yourself, starting right now, today?